What is up, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everybody that's watching this video? Peace to everybody that's tuning in. And by the title of the video, guys, we got to talk about them insecurities. Let's be real with ourselves. I want to ask you guys a serious question. Have you ever noticed that you're more open and relaxed to talking to people that you just met? The relationship is not that intimate, so you feel more comfortable of actually being yourself around them compared to people that you knew for a while, for a long time. You have a stronger relationship. You don't fully open up as much, and we got to identify what that really is. And it's a common thing. I had to identify that for myself. I didn't think it was that common. I thought I was like the only one. I felt like that, but insecurity plays a big role. I didn't believe I was insecure until I noticed that for my own personal self. I'll get into it. Is that I have a speech problem, and I noticed with certain people I just met, because me running my business, I have to talk to a lot of people. I have to hold myself, and sometimes I will stutter on some words. I will have a speech problem, and with people you just met, you're like, okay, it's not that big of a deal because A, we might build a relationship. B, I might never ever see them again. Or C, they just don't care. Compared to family, let's be real, sometimes our insecurities can play a big role in our life. When my family member with my speech problem, I noticed that I will start to draw back in the conversation. This is my biggest one right here. And I'm being honest with you guys. I want to be transparent as possible. I can't say the word failure. All right. Don't ask me to say it again. Just hearing that, I just got to laugh at it. But when I talk to my family members, when I used to, once I start to have a speech problem, I'll be like, did I really just say that? And I start to draw back from the conversation. I'm like, I kind of don't want to talk no more. You be like, but these are your friends. These are your family. What's the big deal? You got to understand this. Sometimes criticism can hurt, and sometimes ridicule can make you feel some type of way. That's just being real. So I noticed when I was doing that, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stay quiet. I don't want to talk no more. And I start to really not damage relationship, but you start to put like a little drawback in between your relationship. And it's not a good thing for people that are dealing with some insecurity in life. It can really affect you in life. Some people don't take an extra leap in life or take the risk in life because they're insecurities, and they know they're fit for that qualification or the position that they want. They know they're the right person for whatever they want to do, but they won't take the extra risk because they're insecurity. They're afraid that it might show up in their life. And guys, just like anything else, to fix anything in life, you got to identify the problem. You got to admit that you have a problem, something that needs to be fixed, because if you don't admit it, you're never going to fix something that doesn't need to be fixed. Something I had to do for myself. I noticed, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm doing. I have a speech problem. I noticed with people I barely knew, I had no problem talking to them. I could hold a good, strong conversation. And then people I didn't know, I start to draw back. And then the second thing I did is just feel a little bit more confident. Start to talk more with your family members and mess up on the way there. I had to understand that, hey, we are human. First of all, this world is so big. This world is way too big. And little me dealing with something so small as a speech problem, this world's going to be so big. They're going to forget about that. The friends and the families, they're going to forget about that. They got their own issues. They got things they got to do in life. They're not going to be like, hey, I remember you back in August of 2018. You started stuttering on your words. Your speech was terrible, bro. They're not going to do that to you. Maybe some friends, but regardless of anything, you got to really take those necessary steps to start moving forward. Get a little bit confidence. Just like as a kid, a little baby started walking, they take a first step, they fall, but they keep trying. You got to be consistent in anything that you're insecure about, whether you're insecure about the way you play sports, the way you look, and everything else. Takes what's necessary to start to correct these things. See what you can do. See how you can improve on yourself. Whether that might be coming in podcasts, you might have to watch some podcasts, listen to podcasts, watch podcasts, read some books. Anything that can help build up your confidence so you're not feeling so insecure, because them insecurity will hold you back in life. You will feel so comfortable in being in that area that you won't leave out your comfort zone. You'll feel so content in being in that place. And be like, this is okay. This is the farthest I'm going to take, because I might go out there and people might start to tear me down because of my insecurity. Guys, understand this. Insecurity is like looking at that image of yourself on your phone. If you took a picture a couple years ago and regardless of anything, that photo is distorted, it's really damaged and everything else. And you're like, this is who I am. That's not who you are. You got to move forward from that. You got to continue on moving in the direction that, hey, I can fix this. I can change. Things can happen into my life, guys. Don't let that hold you back in life. Whenever you're going with something, you feel really, dissatisfied with anything, you have to make the improvement. And the third thing is, I want you guys to know that you need to change the way you think. Are these insecurities really that big, or are you making them that big? That's another thing you have to really identify. understand that your mind is just as a garden. What type of crops and seeds are you sowing into your mind? What do you want to have a harvest of? Am I want to have a harvest of insecure moments, negative thoughts about myself, a bad self-image of myself? Absolutely not. You want to have some good positive things. You want to have something that's going to be beneficial for you, because I never met a person that was always tearing herself down and said, this benefit me. I'm 5 years later on in the future, and this has been encouraging to me and it benefit me. I never met that person, but a person that was always moving, thinking positive, always looking at things as not as a problem, improve their life. You got to take the necessary step to keep on moving forward. That's the only way you can actually fix these problems, guys. And I want to leave that with you guys for encouragement, because I had my speech problem. First thing first, I identified the problem. I started taking the necessary little baby steps to improve these things, because I'm like, okay, I do have a speech problem, and I still do. That's just how it is right now. But I'm not going to let that hold me back, because life is so much bigger. You should not let something hold you back. And the third thing is, what are you really overthinking? Is it really that big? Is it really that bad issue? Maybe so. You probably can't dance and you feel insecure because you have family members that can dance really good. Should that hold you back in life? No, there's other things you can do. You can't dance? Okay, maybe you might be the best singer. There's other different things you do. You might find out that some people have insecurities that you believe, like, what, you have this type of insecurity? You could be in a room with a group of people. Every one of us has flaws. None of us are perfect. So you got to look past those things. And the only way that you're going to move and progress in life, you can't let that stuff hold you back. But guys, that's the end of this YouTube video. I hope that's an encouragement to everybody that's actually dealing with some insecurities. We're all going to deal with insecurities. You never really truly get rid of them. You're going to find somebody that's going to be taller, better, greater. It happens. Everybody is unique and different in their own way. Don't let that stuff hold you back. Take the next step in life and continue on moving forward. And guys, that's the end of this YouTube video, guys. I greatly appreciate everybody's watching.